Well, good morning, everyone. It's Sunday morning, and I know I haven't done any kind of a prediction video yet for Week 15, but I'm going to attempt to do that right here. Last week, I went 10-3 on my picks, which puts my record for the year at 153-55. As far as the Thursday night game, I did have the Rams winning, not just because they won, but that turned out to be a battle of field goals and probably one of the worst games played this year. And I'm sure the main takeaway from this is that Devondre Campbell quit mid-game because he refused to go into the game for the 49ers. So his 49ers career more than likely is over. But anyway, we'll go into the games for Sunday and Monday. Starting off with the Kansas City Chiefs going into Cleveland to take on the Browns. And it's like, I really don't know what kind of black magic the Chiefs have going on this year. They're 12-1, but oh my God, if you reverse their record in one-score games, they'd be 2-11. They'd be looking at probably a number one pick right now. But as the case be that as it may, last week they won on a Matthew Wright field goal that, if you know the game Tecmo Super Bowl, went off the upright and somehow went in. so they ended up winning last week. Oh, that was against the Chargers. But I don't think they're going to have to depend on black magic today. I think the Chiefs win, and I don't think it's going to be a one-score game either. But anyway, and then next you got the Baltimore Ravens going into MetLife Stadium to take on the Giants. No Drew Lock in this game, which means the return of Tommy Cutlets, Tommy DeVito. But this really shouldn't be much of a game. Giants can't stop the run, which means that Derrick Henry should have a field day, and Lamar Jackson should be able to run the ball as well. Give me the Ravens, and this game should not be close. Then you got the Jets going into Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Jets lost in overtime last week against the Dolphins. Dolphins got the ball in overtime, and Jonnu Smith, who did nothing in regulation, scored. He awoke in overtime and scored the game-winning touchdown, and that was it for that. But I think Jags are probably playing for a number one pick at this point. Jets aren't much better, but give me the Jets on the road. And you got the Carolina Panthers at home hosting the Dallas Cowboys. The Panthers have actually played a lot better in recent weeks since Bryce Young was reinstalled as the starter. And Panthers are actually favored in this game, and I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers in this game. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Carolina gets the victory. Then you got the Washington Commanders going into New Orleans to take on the Saints. Jake Haener will make his first career start for the Saints as Derek Carr is out. But Saints can't stop the run, which means Brian Robinson Jr. should have a field day, and I think Jaden Daniels will as well. I think give me the Commanders. Then you got Cincinnati Bengals, who came off a Monday night victory in Dallas. Dallas has only won one home game this year, and that was against the Giants. I don't really consider that a victory because everybody beats the Giants this year, but anyway. They're going into Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans lost at home against the Jaguars last week. Bengals should win this game, but shoot, with this team you never know because Bengals can't stop anybody on defense. So, but they are playing against Will Levis, so maybe they'll be able to change their fortunes in this game. Then you got the Miami Dolphins going into Houston to take on the Texans. The aforementioned Jets game last week where Dolphins ended up winning in overtime. And I hemmed and hawed about this game. I could see the Texans winning this game, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Dolphins go into Houston and win this game. And so I think that's going to happen. I picked the Dolphins by a field goal. Then next up, you got the Indianapolis Colts going into Denver to take on the Broncos. Broncos are looking like a playoff team right now under Bo Nix of all people. And I honestly did not think I thought this was a panic pick when they first drafted him number 12 overall this year. But Bo Nix has actually impressed me. And I think he will continue to do so against the Colts. I think they win this game. Next up, you got the Patriots. You got the New England Patriots going into Arizona to take on the Cardinals. I mean, yes, the Patriots aren't very good. I mean, but Drake May is looking like he's the real deal. Imagine what this team might be like if they can get some parts around them that are actually good. But this seems like a matchup where teams are going in opposite directions. Kyler Murray has not played well in recent weeks. But I think the Patriots go into Arizona and they pull off an upset. I don't know if it really would be, but I think the Patriots will win this game actually. Then you got probably the game of the week. You got the Buffalo Bills going into Detroit to take on the Lions. Lions are looking for their 13th victory of the season, which would be an all-time franchise record. Where the Bills, Josh Allen was pretty much Superman last week in what probably was the game of the year for this season against the Rams. Scored 6 touchdowns, 3 passing and 3 rushing. That has not happened for a quarterback since Otto Graham back in the 1954 NFL championship game. But despite his best efforts, they couldn't stop the Rams, and that was it for that. And it's like, but quite honestly, I would really love to pick the Bills in this game, but the Lions at home have been next to unstoppable. So as much as I would love to pick the Bills in this game, I just can't. I think the Lions win by a field goal. Then you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into LA to take on the Chargers. Not sure what to think about this game. Although Bucky Irving should be back for the Bucs. This game is kind of a toss-up for me, but I think the Chargers win probably by a field goal, maybe by Cameron Dicker as time expires or something like that. But I think the Chargers won this game by a field goal. Then you got the Pittsburgh Steelers going into Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Pittsburgh will be without George Pickens in this game, and they have not won in Philadelphia since 1965. Actually, before I was born even. And I don't expect that to change today, even though the Eagles have had issues passing the ball, not so much running the ball, but if the Steelers are able to force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball, they probably have a shot in this game, but I think this is going to be low scoring. If I was betting on this game, I would take the under, and I think Eagles win. And then for the Sunday night game, you got the Green Bay Packers going into Seattle to take on the Seahawks. I kind of hemmed and hawed about this one too. I could totally see Green Bay going into Seattle and winning this game. Something tells me the Seahawks win this game, although I think it'll be very close. Then tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, there are 2 games. Starting off with the Chicago Bears. Yes, they're on primetime again, taking on my Minnesota Vikings. And Vikings are going to be wearing their winter whiteout uniforms. And I've seen those before, and they are sweet, but I don't think the Vikings are going to have overtime to beat the Bears this time. I think they won this game by a touchdown, and they'll improve to 12-2 on the season. Then the other game on Monday night, You got the Atlanta Falcons going into Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. Raiders at this point they're in suck for Shador mode. And Max Crosby is out for the season for this game. He's out for this game. He's also out for the season. And Kirk Cousins in his last 4 games has thrown no touchdowns and 8 interceptions. But I think that streak ends in this game. I think the Falcons win this game. Although it might not be as easy as you might think, but I still think the Falcons win this game. So anyway, that's my picks for this week, and talk to you all later.